Hey y'all, it's Mandy, the sleeved Nana, and it's been a few weeks since I did a VSG update, so that's what I'm going to do today. I am 53 weeks post-op. Y'all look over the way I look today too. Not that I, often get all dolled up for these videos, but got some breakouts going on and just hair's a mess. I've been cleaning, and I'm gonna go there when this is done, so no sense in putting makeup and things on, right? Okay, so 53 weeks post-op. I had VSG surgery on June the 23rd with Dr. Samuel Rossi at CAMC in Charleston, West Virginia. My high weight was 259.6. The day of surgery, I weighed in at 247.6. My last check-in with you guys, it's been more than a few weeks. It was on June the 15th. I weighed in at 172.2. The last 2 consecutive weeks, I have weighed in at 167.6, so it's not changed in the past 2 weeks, which means since my last check-in with you guys, I'm down 4.6 pounds. So, happy about that. And it also means that since the day of surgery, I am down 80 pounds even, and 92 pounds from my high weight. Now I have surpassed my year mark. I'm going to do a separate video on that. And I was kind of sad for a minute because my year goal was to lose 100 pounds, and I didn't do that. But that's okay. I had to kind of kick myself out of that and readjust my mindset real quick and remind myself that, yeah, maybe I didn't lose 100 pounds, but 92 pounds is pretty freaking amazing, y'all. And just because I didn't reach that goal at the 100 year mark doesn't mean that I have to stop working towards that, so I mean, it's a marathon, not a race, right? Is that what they say? But the changes that I've made is meant to be lifelong changes, not, oh, okay, year's up, I failed. No, working on this daily and will for the rest of my life. So traffic's going by. Some things that I have noticed since I spoke with you guys last, I actually might have mentioned it in my last video that I was noticing some changes. But y'all, my restriction is like in serious overdrive, and which is good. I mean, I love that, but I just find it odd that I feel more restriction now, a year out, than I did, versus maybe 6 months out. I felt like I could eat more months ago than I can now. If any of you guys have experienced that are about a year out, let me know in the comments. Or is just my body just weird? I mean, I don't know. I had a video appointment, video call, what is this called? Teledoc appointments, I think, telemed, with my primary care physician this morning. My last visit with her, she checked all my blood work again, and she says everything looks great. She said my cholesterol is perfect. My A1C came down a little more. I am now, let's see, I wrote all this down, jumbled mess. Oh, it's 5.5, so it came down a little more, but now I am like in normal range, so that was pretty amazing. I did ask her about the metformin. She doesn't want me to jump the gun and come off of that right now. I have struggled with that medication. It just tears my stomach up. And I'll be honest with you all. I didn't share this with her though. I don't take it every day like I'm supposed to, just because, y'all, I can't with that mess. I just cannot. So I don't. And I'm already watching what I eat anyway, so hopefully, it's mainly the changes to my diet and not so much the medication that is improving that. So a few other things. I hope I got these numbers right and didn't get anything mixed up. I should have wrote it down while I was on the call with her instead of thinking that I was going to remember this. But hopefully I did. My iron, which is something that I have also struggled with over the years. She said that it's actually good. I wrote down that she said normal was like between 35.5 and, for some reason, 44.9 was in my brain. I'm not positive, but mine is 38. So that's good because mine is usually low. My vitamin D was high, so she told me to start taking that just every other day instead of every day. And it was actually high enough that she said that I could go from, I think I'd take like 5,000 units. Does that sound right? She told me to get like an over-the-counter, I didn't write this down. It was either 2,000 or 3,000 units, and do it every other day, and I would be fine. Mine was 73, and I want to say that she said normal was like 20 to 50. So I will be going and getting a different vitamin D supplement today. She did say that I was really staying on top of my B6 a little too well. She told me to pull back on that too, and just take that every other day as well. Let's see, this traffic's going by, guys, sorry. She actually asked me if I was having any numbness in my hands and feet, and I told her yeah, that was actually something that I was going to discuss with her. And she said that it was probably my high level of B6 that was really a common symptom, and that my numbers was high enough that it was probably causing me to do that. She said normal was like 20/30. Some say 20, other studies say 30. Mine is 106. So she said definitely fall back on the B6. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to look at my multivitamin that I take and see how much vitamin D, how many units of vitamin D, sorry about the traffic, y'all, the noise, and B6 are in those, and decide after I look at that whether I'm even going to take an additional supplement of those. I might not have to. Hopefully I won't, but we will see. I've just been taking the women's one-a-day gummies, and then the vitamin D, 5,000 units. The vitamin B6, I think what I have is just like 1,000 units now that I think about it. I take that daily. My Prilosec, I tried to stop taking that. It wasn't as bad as what it would have been prior to surgery, but it was, caused me enough discomfort that I called her back and said, okay, let's just go ahead and do a refill on the Prilosec, and that was a few months ago, and I've just went ahead and took it consistently because, why not? Why have that kind of discomfort and instead of just taking one extra pill, So, and it's something that I've battled with since I was a young teenager, so I've been at it this long. I'm just going to go ahead and continue taking it. What else do I take? Oh, an allergy pill and my anxiety medication. Those are what I take daily. And so now I may be able to remove 2 of those depending on what the label on my multivitamin says. So that was good news to me. The last time I talked with you guys, I was seeing hair loss, kind of like kicking back into overdrive 2. That has since my last check-in, that has improved. So that's been good. Noticed some changes, some improvements in my skin too. But I have stopped using the tanning bed. I have not been in the tanning bed in, God, I don't even know. It's been a hot minute. I actually sold it. Got it out of the house. I thought, if I'm not going to use it, I want it out of my way. I'm just that person. I don't hold on to things. If it's something that I'm not using, don't want, it like instantly becomes clutter to me, and it's just like it messes with me, and it's like it's got to go. So I went ahead and got rid of that before I changed my mind. And a lot of you all are going to think that I was crazy for even getting in the tanning bed when I tell you what I'm about to tell you. If I haven't shared it already, y'all, it's been over a month. I probably should have went back and watched my last update, but maybe some of you didn't catch that video. If I did, or if you did catch it and I'm repeating myself to you, I apologize. But there is a history of cancer on my dad's side of the family. And I actually have 2 family members, his siblings, one of his sisters and one of his brothers. The first battle that they came up against with it was actually skin cancer. And I don't know a lot about skin cancer and hereditary things, if there's a link between those, or if it's just like your sun exposure and this and that. But better safe than sorry, y'all, right? So I had been already thinking about what I was exposing myself to, and I went to a little get-together that one of my girlfriends had. She had a Park Lane jewelry party, and I went and supported her in that. And just randomly, this lady starts talking to me about skin cancer, and that she had battled it, and it was due to, sun exposure and the tanning bed. Just random conversation. She just, out of nowhere. And I thought, okay, well, that's probably a sign. And then, again, this is still in my brain, in the back of my brain, of course. Even though, the thoughts came and went, I was still using that tanning bed at the time. Well, then, my grandkids were here, and They were playing hide and seek, and one of them thought that my tanning bed would be a cool place to hide and cracked the acrylic. And I thought, okay, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, God is trying to show me something. I really think somebody's trying to tell me something at this point, y'all. And I thought, my husband said, well, we'll just order you another piece of acrylic. And I said, no. All things point to me needing to stay out of that tanning bed. And sadly, a week after that, I had another uncle, my dad's brother, which would be his third sibling, pass due to cancer. And it was they found it, late, and it was too late by the time that it was found. It was really aggressive, and he didn't suffer for a long time with it, which is good, as good as good can be, considering. So the improvements that I've seen to my skin is probably a combination of the fact that I've not been using the tanning bed, and that I've really been going in hard on staying on top of my vitamin levels and staying hydrated. And actually, for the first time in my adult life, I bought a sunscreen. Oh my gosh, another truck. For myself and not for the littles, okay? It was odd purchasing a sunscreen for myself instead of a tanning oil or a tanning lotion. But I did, and I feel good about the choice that I made. Now, that's not, I'm not coming for anybody that's still, making the choice to tan and this and that. I did it for years, and I'm not your judge. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that I feel like this has been the best choice for me personally. And for those of you that are thinking, well, man, she must be really slow or just crazy, or think she's invincible for, continuing to expose herself to that for as long as, I did after the fact. And you know what? You're not wrong. Looking back, I'm like, but why? I knew about my dad's siblings, the first two, and then, everything, how it just happened, I just thought, what, this is just, I need to just stop. I like the way I look with a tan, but I also like the way I look alive. So, yeah, that's what I'm choosing to do. I just wish I could see an improvement in this. I think that this is probably going to take a while. My face was really full prior to my weight loss, and so I can look at it like, this really bugs me. When I look in the mirror, that is the first thing that comes to my mind. And then I'm like, you know what? But a year ago, that was filled with fat. So would I prefer to have it filled back up with fat instead of dangling there? Nah. I'll deal with the loose skin any day, okay? So, a doctor told me, a plastic surgeon actually, said that this was nothing that he feels needed surgical attention, that I'm not, that is to give it this more time, because it takes the skin a while, which I already knew. I'd read and had other doctors tell me, but this was a plastic surgeon who I went and seen, about some other things. So he said to give it some time, and to not really be concerned with doing anything with this quite yet, to see what it'll do on its own with a little more time, and staying hydrated, protecting my skin from the sun, and all that jazz. You know, all the things we're supposed to be doing. So that's what I'll do. And guys, it's raining. I don't guess I'm getting in the pool after all. But this video has went on longer than what I thought it would. It's been 20 minutes, so I'm gonna let you guys go. If you stuck it out to the end, thank you. I appreciate everybody who watches, comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you don't mind. If you've not subscribed already, I'd appreciate it if you would do that. And be looking out for my 1-year update. Thanks, guys. I hope everyone is well.